hold the other one. And it's a way of just saying we're in the same tribe, we're together, we belong, we're safe. And so if you do that, people pick up on it whether they know what's happening or not. So, and then you come back and you try to be open, but of course if the person's still mad, you're going to want to protect. So instead of doing this, you might, well, talk to me. You might want to just close up like this. I would say do this. If you need to do this, do it. But try not to. Try to only be the least closed you can be. Until then, you make a gesture. The dress, well, what about the rest of the clothes in your closet? No arrows came in, keep it open. Okay? So try to open, and then let them talk. Let them talk, until you hit silence. Until they hit silence. That's what you want. Vent, 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 vent. Don't throw more fuel in the fire with more words. Anything you say is going to create sparks. Anything you say. Just let them vent. Let it come out. Let it come out. Let it come out. Silence. Ah, we're there. The gas is out. We've burped the baby. Great. Great. You're really upset. Yeah. Last little bit. It comes out. And then it really is important to you to look nice tonight. Yeah. Sometimes tears will come. Okay? So that's kind of the process. And so, and I have all this written down here. And when we talk about naming the needs, and when we talk about the emotions, the fewer words the better. In other words, this isn't about you. Fewer words the better. You're pretty mad. You need rest. You want it to look good. You're really hungry. You're disappointed. You want it to succeed. You want it to be popular. Whatever the need is. Okay, one word. And usually the need is the thing they're not getting. If you don't know what it is, it's the thing they're not getting. And you can say, you really want it to look nice. It's really important to look nice. Okay? It's the thing they're not getting in that moment. All right? You don't need to translate it into a fancy word if you don't have one readily available.
What is voice match?
Thank you. Sometimes when somebody's really, really, really over the top angry, to come in and say, you're really angry, is just going to piss them off.
That does not work with my husband.
Exactly. And I was going to say mostly men. Men are up there, and I sort of call it taking the glider. It's like you're going to come up, there's this glider that's lost, or I don't know what it is, something that's up here flying high, and you come up, and you're the rescue plane or the rescue glider, and you come up and you meet them, and then you take them down. Oh, I'm really mad. Oh, you're really mad. Oh, yeah? Yeah? Tell me about it. Yeah? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. You're right. Mm-hmm. 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 And bring them down. It takes practice. But tell me about your experience.
It's just what I don't know how we figured it out, but if I match him where he is, when he starts to get angry, if I don't, it feels patronizing to him.
Yes, exactly.
And it feels like I'm not listening to him.
Right.
And there's something in the tone of voice and the pitch or the how loud I am. I don't know, that's not pitch, but how loud I am, that makes him feel like he's being heard. Even
you're
if,
in his tribe. You've
right.
joined him in his tribe.
Right. And it immediately diffuses him.
Exactly.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Works every time.
So it's just like the matching and leading with the body. If somebody's closed up, I'm going to close up and lead them out. The voice, I'm going to go up there. You feeling really pretty bad, aren't you? I won't even say much. I might just go, yeah, just fewer words, right? Not a lot. You say you're really mad. Oh my God, they'll throw something. Uh-huh. Tell me about it. And just join them, bring them down. So I don't know if anybody has anybody in their lives that does this. I have a teenage son that, I've got to meet him there to bring him down.
Well, and it's also the acknowledgement that people express anger differently.
Exactly.
And loudness, we get triggered by loudness because it scares us.
Right.
And loudness doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean you're more angry or less angry. Some
Right.
people need,
Right.
that's part of the gas he has to get out.
Exactly.
He just has to be loud to get it out. He's not a yeller, but he just has to speak
That's
loudly.
his culture, that's his
That's his,
background?
well, he's Greek. But yeah, there's a whole other dynamic there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just, and once I figured out that he's not intentionally being loud to try to be intimidating or do something to me,
Right.
has nothing to do with me. It's
Right.
just what he has to do. It's like you have to paint a house a certain way. He has to
Right.
be angry a certain way.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
And we're going to talk about that. As a matter of fact, it's a perfect segue. In just a second, we're going to talk about fighting styles and what to do, how to accommodate each other's fighting styles. Thank you very much, Nancy, for
You're welcome.
showing that for us.
Let me know what else I can do.
Yeah. And as I said, you deflect the problem when you when you finally get the gas out and you want to start talking about the details, then deflect it out here. Keep it away from here, from the line of fire, you know. It's not here, out here. It's the third person. It's on the stage, and you're looking at the stage, and you're the directors. And you sort of work to solve the issue together. If it is their problem, help them solve it. If it's about you, listen for what is being asked of you and discuss together the possibilities. And if there's something you need to do, heed it. Don't argue with it. And that's John Gottman again says that one of the main reasons that marriages fall apart, he has 3 reasons, and I mentioned them on another page here, is that first of all, people don't really truly listen, but secondly, they don't heed one another's requests for change. That the other person is just not important enough to them to do that. And we're talking about reasonable request. We're not saying change your entire DNA for somebody else, but we're saying, put the darn toilet seat down or make the adjustments you need to. So now we're going to just talk for a moment about, and I want to practice. I want to talk about this briefly. I want you to read this. But Gottman says that there's 3 fighting styles, and that if people have a conflict when they have different fighting styles. If 2 people are yellers, that's great. 2 people are stuffers, that's great. 2 people will need to talk it out, that's great. But when you got a yeller and a stuffer, you got a problem. So you have to accommodate the other person's style. But we can talk about this later, and I have lots of ideas on here of what to do, written them down. And then on the back page I have something about human needs, about some of the interests that people have that are very valid. Now here's the thing, is the need is never bad. The problem is, how does somebody ask for it? And what we need to do is get down to what the need is so that it can be met. So I'd like to get dramatic here, guys, and switch up, get with somebody you aren't usually with. How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, good. And like to get you mad, like you to pretend mad at somebody, and just practice this.
I have no problem with that tonight.
Good, good.
I have a pain.
Oh, good.
I'll blend
Okay.
in
All right, good.
with her.
I swear.
All right.
Yeah.
You can swear
Well, I
all
don't
you
wanna
want.
hold her across.
So now, do you guys want to pair up together, or you want to be with